I don't think it was gonna matter, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. Amazing. Will you explain to people that don't know what that clap is about?
Explain to people what the clap. Usually in like movie sets, they have a clapboard. They'll write like the director's name, the title of the movie that's working, and the DP, which is like the director of photography, the cinematographer. And then they also write like the takes. So like
that's why they say take 47.
Exactly.
And
how many times?
chalk.
Yeah. And then they can match the sound up. Yeah.
So then what is that after they film? They do what?
So then, well, nowadays in editing softwares, you can just automatically
sync it
those
together.
Up. Yeah, it's a lot easier. But I don't know about when they were filming actual film, but I'm sure that it was always the purpose of syncing up that audio with the camera.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I never knew what that was about.
Until now.
Yeah.
You're learning. The more you know.
I learned. What an amazing process this has been, just where we just got to.
Yeah, it's been a process that's been 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
Because we tried 3 years ago to do this, and did we record?
Yeah, we recorded 2 episodes.
Okay.
2 episodes, but we didn't have an idea of what it was.
But now we still don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, but we got more mics and stuff.
Yeah.
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 We figured out, remember we recorded, one time we tried to record, couldn't record 2 mics. We had the same problems plague us.
Yeah.
I bet every beginner with an interface has that issue.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I didn't even know.
No.
We were still figuring things out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Dinosaurs Rule podcast.
Welcome to Dinosaurs Rule, everybody.
Yeah. Make yourself at home. Get some popcorn, you know?
Yes.
Pick up the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just chill, bro. You deserve it.
Yeah, I think so. They're too uptight.
It's a hard world.
Yeah.
It is a hard
What do you do to relax?
I used to a lot take bubble baths.
Bubble baths.
Bubble
Epsom
baths.
salt.
Epsom salts.
Himalayan salts.
Light the candles.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of
Metal.
heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But
What are you into, Kenny G?
I don't know who Kenny G is.
Oh, you'll hear him in a minute if the
Oh, yeah.
The people upstairs.
yeah. The people upstairs are musicians.
Yeah, we got to ask him to do like an intro for our
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, that'd be kind
I'm
of
gonna
cool.
check this.
He will. I know where he lives.
Nice.
I think so.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. So we got Nate on the podcast.
Everybody welcome Nate Felton.
Yeah.
Oh, we should introduce all of ourselves.
We probably should.
Yeah.
Or maybe like I'll just try to go as long as I can without
Without him
introducing
knowing who you are.
Yeah.
I'm Dan Mazuka at 52AD on Instagram. Follow me, book me as a comedian.
You just plugged on your own.
I got a tight 6
Podcast.
minutes. Yeah, can I do that? Can I get plugs out up front?
We can't.
All right,
do
come see me at
plugs.
Roast Battle. Look up Roast Battle after it happens on YouTube and like and comment, and then share that shit.
Heck
Yeah, Roast Battle's like, it's people are always like, well, where can I see you? Well, I don't have a lot of tape online, but Roast Battle is recorded, edited, and put on YouTube. Go to Slaughterhouse Studios on YouTube. You can see all of Denver Roast Battle. It's a great watch.
Great watch. He's amazing. He roasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a roast in 2 days.
I'm gonna try to make it if there's no snow on the ground. So, because I got some PTSD. I was in a car accident, and so I don't like driving in the snow. But I'm gonna do a quick plug too. I
Yeah.
drive for Uber, so if you guys ever need a ride, I'm your guy.
So how can they contact you?
Through the app, download the Uber app, and you know, you might get lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But you're still not going to give your name.
no,
They're going to have to recognize your face.
yeah,
Okay.
and I have dreadlocks in my Uber picture too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Of
those
the
people off.
culture.
They're like, "Do I have the right ride?" I'm like, "Yeah, you do."
Yeah, man.
Yeah, damn
I've been
opportunity.
one man.
And then you get in, and then he just starts talking normal.
Yeah,
Yeah. So where are you going?
Yeah.
Denver Tech Center, huh?
Yeah.
It's a little busy
That'd
down
be
there.
Insane.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Dude, I drive some crazy people though doing Uber. I got this guy the other day. I was telling you about this.
Oh my
And,
goodness.
He goes right before I drop off. He was a little weird. He was a little off, but like
Yeah,
most people are.
for sure.
And he's like, "Hey, bro, can I ask you a question?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Do you want to be my friend?" I'm like, I'm in customer service mode, so
Yeah,
like,
of course,
I'm
of
like,
course.
Yeah, that's still acceptable.
yeah, I'll be your friend. Like, you can have my number. So
Polite to ask.
he texts me. Should I read what he texted me?
Yeah, I'm so curious
Yeah.
at this point.
Dude, you know what?
So,
I'm gonna let
how-
our
what-
guest Nate read this
Out
text
loud?
conversation.
Yeah.
What is his, can I do a character? What is his
Yeah,
voice sound
absolutely.
like?
His name's-
Describe him. Describe what he looks like, and then let
It-
Nate come up with
I'm
what
so
he thinks
excited.
the voice is.
So his name's Jose, but like he kind of he looked Asian to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
I believe those are called Filipinos.
yeah. So this is what he said to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's like you said he looked. His name's Jose, but he looked Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to do an Asian voice if you don't.
Yeah,
if you
please
want.
don't.
Yeah. yeah.
First episode, dog.
You could do your normal
This
voice.
whole time. We don't want to get
Get
canceled.
Save
it
before
for the
we can
Patreon.
Get canceled.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay, we're just gonna do different. Okay. Wait, so you're the green or you?
I'm
I
the
would
green.
say
I'm the
I
green.
like to. You know how I heard it when I read it
Uh-huh.
in a whisper.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do
So-
a whisper.
okay. Hey Jackson, it's Jose. I have a question about girls. And then you want to read your side?
Yeah. Hey, bro, what's your question?
So, have you met girls with huge tits? What? Or a huge ass? Okay, I'm getting too excited. I messed up the character. From the bitches. That's
Do it from the top.
Okay, with the
Yep,
whisper.
yep,
Okay,
with the
I'll be better
whisper.
to this time. Okay. Hey Jackson, it's Jose. I have a question about girls.
Oh, hey, bro, what's your question?
So, have you ever met girls with like huge tits or huge ass from the bitches? Yo, that one was a whisper.
yelled that
The
one.
yo
Yo.
was like yo.
Yeah.
He was mad. He was
Yeah.
like yo.
Answer me.
Yeah, man.
Wait. So you've titty fucked girls?
Oh my.
You've sucked you off? What? They've sucked you off? Question mark? Question mark?
Yeah, man, this is getting kind of weird.
I know. You've actually been around bad bitches though. Sorry that I got absurd though. That is wild.
Dude.
Yeah, that's where it
walked-
ends. It
yeah.
just ends. You never replied.
I did. There's more, but
Yeah.
it's not
But
as
it makes
funny.
you look bad, so you.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you start
Well,
getting
also-
into it.
No, I can show you guys. It's just not as entertaining as the first part.
You're
That is
probably gonna have
wild.
to bleep some of them expletives in there.
Oh, you want to
It's
bleep
and
in
you can't cuss in the first 10 minutes of a podcast. You get demonetized.
Well, we're quoting though.
Quoting
Du-
is that
Dude,
Make it
demonetizing
okay?
what?
No,
Oh,
What's
bro.
gonna be the pay?
we could say that. No,
Can we say
titty fucking?
titty fucking's PC.
You
these
made me
days.
say it again.
I'm sorry.
What
You
was
made me
it?
Say it.
What was it?
It was
Titty.
chest thrusting. I don't know.
Chest thrusting. Ooh.
It would have been less weird if he said that.
Chest.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he went full throttle.
Yeah,
dude.
chest thrusting sounds more inviting.
I want to know what the conversation was before. Yeah, bro, here's my number.
So it started. I was weirded out, but it started off like, "Hey, bro, like, I forgot like how it got here." But he was like, "Have you ever been with older women before?"
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, man, like a couple times." He's like, "Oh, cool." And
oh wow, he had it preloaded. Is
yeah,
what you're
like
saying.
I have
he got into the Uber. Do you think he had it preloaded for whoever the Uber driver was, or he saw your picture and was like, "I'm
This
gonna
guy's
ask this
cool."
guy"?
yeah.
Yeah, you think so? Let's back up a little bit. Where'd you pick him up from?
So he's a custodian somewhere.
So he's just watching people from a distance with a mop.
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Dude, he might be on his like Goodwill Hunting shit though.
Oh my god! If
What,
Goodwill
um,
Hunting was a porno,
Where-
he's gonna be like,
Where were you taking him to?
His house. Yeah.
Where was that? What neighborhood?
Yeah, it was up in Fort Collins.
Fort Collins. Whoa, where'd you pick him up at?
Near King Soopers. I don't think he worked at the King Soopers because it was like a block from the King Soopers.
He was just getting actively kicked out of it.
Yeah. I don't know what's true and what's not true.
Yeah. He's like, this is how you check for ripe watermelons. You're like, no.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's real right.
You picked him up at a King Soopers in Fort Collins?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a block away, so he might have worked at the King Soopers. All I know is I'm not going to the King Soopers anymore either.
Why are you Ubering up there?
I live up there.
Currently?
Yeah, I live
in Fort Collins.
I live in Loveland.
Oh, okay.
Which is close, so it's like easy to drive.
I've done
up there.
some shout out Jeff Albright running 2 badass rooms out of Loveland.
Yeah, I came to one of them.
Yep, it was a good time.
Yeah, that was cool.
I brought Big Mike, who's a friend, and he's what, like 6 something.
6 a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just built like a football player, and he was sitting in the front row, and nobody knew he was my friend, and that was a spot that I was panicking because I didn't have like the tight time. And so I started it. I thought it'd be funny to start it by like, oh, hey, how you doing, man? And he goes, I'm doing good. And I was like, that chair isn't. And yeah, I thought it would just be this hilarious thing. And the whole room tightened up.
Dang.
And because they didn't know I knew him. So it just looked like I had singled out the one big guy.
Do you ever think about, like, as comedians, think about the, like, way jokes hit with people that you're really familiarized, and then the way that they hit, of course, like you were saying, well, that's different.
Yeah.
But I've thought about this before with, like, people that are really close, like your family or friends, the way that jokes hit or the way they're delivered or the way that, like, there's a different art to it than, of course, going on stage. And you feel like what's, like, the biggest difference between those two things?
I could say something at like a family gathering that crushes, and take the same thing, like, because they'll be like, oh, you should put that in your skit, you know, and then you're like, that was pretty funny, and then you take it and there's no translation, because the comfortability's not there.
That's honestly most of my jokes on stage. They just don't transition well.
No,
and like, conversationally it kills, and then I try it on stage, and maybe it's like I got to figure out how to deliver it better, or figure out different wording, or because you see some comics where they go into territories where it's like, I can't believe they're saying this right now and not being canceled. Theo Vaughn's really good at that.
Louis
where
C.K.
like
he's so funny.
And like he the way he navigates it, but I think part of it is because he's like very lovable. So like he can kind of say more than what most people can say. But yeah,
people know him. He's earned their trust. Like, they know his voice is kind of a silly perspective of, like,
and it's
really
absurd.
Crazy. It's always out of left field.
Out of left field. Out of really absurd. Always like very like
It's like a young curiosity.
Yeah.
From left field.
He's like a kid.
Yeah.
That's how he gets away with it, because he's like, he'll also not. I mean, not like I know him through and through, but like, I feel like he also won't. He moves on pretty quickly if it doesn't take footing. Like, especially in his podcast, because he'll kind of, sometimes when he has a guest that's not as weird as he is, it's interesting, because like he'll say something and they'll be like, "What?"
Yeah.
And
anyway,
like,
man.
Yeah. And he'll kind of move forward really quickly.
Yeah.
And because that's the way, is like he can approach something from a silly angle, but like every angle. So he's pretty quick about moving around. He's funny. I quit listening regularly to his podcast because it got associated with like a pretty bad memory.
Really?
Yeah, and I just stopped listening for a while.
What was it you want to share on the podcast? What the bad memory
I got
was?
Arrested.
Oh, as you were listening to it?
Yeah. I was like zoned out into it, and if I was paying attention to my surroundings,
then
I wouldn't have.
Were you driving?
I was parked.
That's Theo's fault. That's on Theo.
Yeah, he should have paid my bail.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. I only got one. That was the one and done they offered.
Oh, dude, I still got one then.
So, yeah, you got one in the bank.
Well, my dad's an attorney, too, so, like...
Whoa, dude.
Yeah,
Can you buy us cameras?
As an attorney.
Yeah, maybe he could be an investor. We're looking for investors. If you want to be an investor, email dinosaursrule@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you're starting a business or something, you can put their little, new chip flavor or something. You guys can.
I'll do an
This
ad.
could be you.
Yeah,
I'll do an ad.
If you just want to have your face on the wall.
Yeah.
You know what I will do, and I know this is like the first episode of the show, but if any wig company out there wants to sponsor me with nice hair wigs, whatever,
That would be fun.
I'll wear a different one every episode. If it, different hairstyles and everything just to rock some hair. But you'd have to provide it. You know what I mean?
What do you call the CEO of the wig company? The big wig.
Big wig.
That's funny. Yeah. What's the name of the company?
Of the wig company?
Yeah.
Dude, don't let cancer rule your life.
Oh my God.
Is that too
I was
long
gonna
of a
say-
company name?
Yeah, I don't. A little bit. LLC. Add an LLC
Like,
on
what's
that.
the longest company name we know of? Like,
Interesting.
This is an interesting question.
Probably the railroad,
Lockheed Martin?
because it's like 4 or 5 different names.
There's a lot of, I feel like, Rocky Mountain blank or something.
Oh.
Rocky Mountain
Yeah.
Industrial
I'm sure
Services.
There's also
Yeah.
other locations or things that people have. Rocky
Front
or Mile
range.
High.
Da da da.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
But you can't go over 3 words, it sounds like.
no, I think you guys should
No.
have went with like 5 words for your podcast.
Nah, 2
That's-
words and an exclamation point. Did I forget the exclamation point?
It's not too late.
You
All
could-
right, it's
so you're
on there.
Are you gonna say it every time? Dinosaurs rock. or
Dinosaurs rule.
Exclamation.
All right. I thought
What's
you
this
of
rock stuff,
Huh.
dude?
for real, dude. I thought you of all people would have done your research before coming on
Wow.
the show.
The first person.
Jeez.
Yeah.
My
I didn't
bad.
know. I didn't know I was gonna be offended this quickly, dude.
I know. I'm a little triggered.
Yeah.
No worries. I can just take my stuff and leave.
Yeah. No, we
Shit.
need you.
Yeah.
Don't go.
So this is going to be the first episode. It's going to look great. And then the second episode, we have no camera. And
No guess.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Not only am I taking my stuff, I'm gonna take some of your stuff too.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Shit. Well,
Whatever you can get out of here with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
We have no cameras next time, but you're wearing the wig.
Yeah. We're sponsored, so I
We're
still have to
sponsored.
stay committed
We
to
might
it.
have lost our cameraman, but we did gain
Yeah.
a sponsorship.
Yeah.
And our first segment is Jackson describing the wig.
Yeah. He wanted me to eat chapstick as another segment.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a cool
What? The
segment.
whole
Eat
time?
chapstick till
For
you
an
get
hour?
sick.
The whole podcast.
It can't be bad for you.
How much chapstick would that be? I feel
I
like
don't know. I
could
bought
eat
like 6 sticks for it.
Burt's Bees.
You already bought him?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be down.
I would only do.
He
Burt's
said no
Bees.
immediately, dude.
I was in a
It's-
bad mood last
The
night.
podcasts are fun when you have extra segments of weird shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I like segments. We haven't planned out any segment at all.
I like when like Eric Andre. You guys should do
Yeah,
some
Some weird, wild
weird shit. Just I mean, you could
Confused
really
guess.
do some. I'm sure. I mean,
We
there's
could
already
open this
holes.
up and it's just like a torture chamber.
I love
Yeah.
when people have like the door, like beware of
Yeah.
something, and then
Yeah.
it just noises behind it.
That's so
That's
funny.
good.
Little things.
Well, maybe next
Yeah.
week we'll have Jose on the podcast.
There.
No,
go.
I'm shutting that down.
Okay.
Because I don't want my skin to become a
He did not have to
lampshade.
think about it. He said no.
No,
Absolutely
no, and
not.
I know.
I already invited him.
Yeah.
He has your address.
No. That's cool. I'm gonna
He might
tell.
not even come if there's not women, big booty
Yeah,
bitches.
we
What
better
did- what
take
did he
that
say?
down.
No, that's
He might be all
enough. That's enough for
distracted the whole
Jose.
time.
Yeah.
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 If we have an internet connection, that is enough for Jose.
That's also sending the wrong message. What are we, an alpha male podcast? No,
Blink
No, we're
it's just a.
182.
It was a.
America's band.
Yeah.
America's beloved band.
At least,
That's all
dude,
it
he
is.
literally put respect on their name because he
Aliens.
discovered aliens, man.
Yeah.
He was the first person
discovered
ever to bring it
aliens?
up. Yeah.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
but he worked to release all the stuff until finally the government was just like, they're real.
He's
Remember
probably-
how? Yeah, nobody cares about that
Yeah.
That they're
anymore.
real-
I
that-
know
that
that's been
said
talked
that.
about to nauseum on podcasts, but Aliens came out and nobody cared.
So I don't believe in aliens from other planets. I believe in interdimensional beings.
Yes.
Well, that's like
They're
ghosts
around
and
us
stuff.
right now, dude.
That's
yes.
like a spiritual plane and stuff. I believe that. Or you're talking like straight mathematics.
Well,
like,
so there's this theory that whenever you're in a bad mood, okay, you're like giving off negative energy.
mhm.
There's beings that feed off of it,
sure.
Mhm.
and that energy is called loosh.
Loosh.
Loosh? Did
Yeah.
you just make that up?
Now, look it up.
Loosh. Why is that?
I don't know.
You need a person check
Yeah.
background.
A guy at the computer. Ned from Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Jamie.
Ned.
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate.
Nah,
looking at
dude.
him.
Ned. From
My goal is to
Spider-Man.
be Ned
Yeah.
from Spider-Man.
Nah,
Who's
dude.
Ned? The new Spider-Man.
Ned, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So you don't want to know
You like-
why? Here's why. Is because he's worth like $4, $5, $6 million.
Now.
Yeah. What's the actor from Spider-Man? Ned, Spider-Man's
Tobey-
friend.
or
Yeah.
frickin'
What's
Tom
what's
Holland.
no? What's Ned's
Peter
name?
Parker.
Ned, dude? Who's that actor that plays Ned?
No
Mary
one
Jane.
knows.
Exactly how I want my fame to be.
Mm.
They know me. They can see me. They can
Oh,
visualize it.
He's not. He's not.
They're like,
famous,
"What's that
famous.
dude's
You don't
name?"
want to be
They don't
famous.
know.
You don't
Yeah.
want to be Justin Bieber famous.
But
No.
you're gonna get recognized walking down the street if you're Ned.
Of course I do. I look like a cue ball. They're like, "Wow, I've played pool.
Yeah.
Look at this
Probably.
one.
You look
This
like a
one's on the
shark.
loose."
You're gonna hustle us.
Yeah. This is Vin Diesel in the off season. Yeah.
You know what I look like? I look like Adam Driver had a baby with Gilbert Godfrey.
I don't know. I can't.
Why do you see Gilbert
Gilbert-
Godfrey in there? I don't know if I,
I
do.
see
So
Adam
the
Driver.
other day.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's Gilbert
You-
Godfrey? What are they in?
He's
He's the old comic that passed away.
Yeah, he's-
R.I.P.
He's the bird in Lion King.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that
What's
bird
that
has
bird's
that
name?
sort of.
The parrot. Is it the parrot?
Gaku.
Oh,
Oh.
Aladdin. No, it's Aladdin. It's Aladdin.
Oh, the
Zazu.
the toucan in Aladdin, or the bird that's with the bad
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. That's
Oh.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Zazu.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's Lion King.
Okay.
I don't remember Aladdin very well. I remember the opening scene where he's a thief.
I think
Yeah.
I liked Aladdin because I'm Jewish, and I was
Whoa.
like, "Ooh, Middle East. I like this."
Wow, did you like Prince of Egypt?
I don't think I've seen it.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
Is it?
Prince of Egypt.
it's a
Those old Disney movies.
Yeah,
they're
they
sweet.
used to be good.
Mhm. I don't
I
know
suppose they're
what's
still
happening.
good. I don't know. I haven't watched Disney. To me now is just Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Marvel's kind of slowly going downhill.
I can't watch it.
Dude, it's so
So
sad.
bad.
I remember completing a final my freshman year of college
Mhm.
and instantly going to the movie theater to watch the Avengers. Like
nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't
There
think
was-
about anything
yeah.
else.
There was
Those-
something really special about that first Avenger. I watched it like 4
Dude,
times. with
did
my-
you
I was,
Did you happen to see Civil War in theaters when it
that
came
was
out?
lit too. That was sick.
Civil War. Is
Yeah.
that the one with the
It's like Captain America versus Iron Man.
Oh,
And
yeah,
First time
yeah.
Spider-Man's introduced and he's talking about Star Wars or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
have you guys seen that really old movie?
Yes, dude. I was like working on the road and I saw it in like the middle of the country. It was like in Kansas or Iowa or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like the biggest theater, but you had to drive far to get there. So like everyone came from all over like their country ass area,
Mm-hmm.
and they nerded out for that movie in the theater.
They were
Mm.
freaking
They're
out.
applauding. You remember when people
Yeah.
used to clap in the middle of a
Mhm.
movie,
I
Yeah.
clapped
or
at
like
home.
the audible gasps,
you know,
or like the crazy shit when they showed Spider-Man.
yeah,
People went
they
nuts.
Went nuts. I remember.
was cool.
Actually, I think the theater because I saw it in Eagle, Colorado. That's where I grew up.
Yeah,
And so I
that's
saw it in
right.
a small theater, but it was packed, and everyone would start freaking out.
Yeah.
When that was sweet. And
It was cool.
I think the coolest movie experience with like a crowd, like an audience, like the coolest and most interactive experience I've ever had in a movie theater was seeing Get Out. And there was like
Ooh.
a lot of black people
Mhm.
in watching the movie, and they were just saying the funniest shit
Oh, yeah.
out
Oh, I
loud. Like it
bet.
was so funny, and I was laughing so hard. They're like
Yeah.
really into it. That movie's crazy. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah.
No.
I actually.
What?
Yeah, it's
Still
pretty
haven't.
good. You should watch it.
It's insane.
I have a bit about that actually. It's like Denver is like the nicest city. Like we have the nicest people,
Mhm.
but it's also kind of like the movie Get Out. Like I
Mm.
feel like we're like Not us. I don't get that vibe from us, but a lot of people, it's like this undercover racism that's like.
Is that what the movie was about?
Well, you're gonna spoil it. No,
Oh, no,
I mean
no,
that's all.
I thought it was a
already
horror
there.
movie.
That's already there.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
already
horror
there since the
movie, ain't
beginning. Yeah, it's like a
It's
thriller.
like
Jordan
a thriller.
Peele?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
he
good.
directed.
So
Yeah,
it.
sick.
he blew the socks off of everybody.
You
when
gotta
he
watch it. I
dropped
can't believe
that.
you haven't watched it.
I know. Whatever it's on, I'll find it.
Did you see Nope?
No.
Or
Nope.
Us. Did you see Us?
Us?
I didn't
Nope.
see Us.
I like
wanna
Us
see
a lot.
I don't like horror movies. I get scared. It keeps me
Yeah.
up at night. You know.
Yeah.
Like-
Do you think when you watch scary stuff like that, you also put out that energy and invite scary stuff in
we're
your life?
back to
I do believe
the
that.
callback.
Yeah.
I do. It's like
I think so too.
it's like what like if you entertain something, you're opening yourself up to that.
Yeah.
But like, do you guys believe in like possession? Like, I've never met someone that's possessed. I want to meet. We got to get someone
Sure.
on the show that's possessed.
I've
That'd be
seen
sick.
people possessed for short periods, short bursts.
Actually,
You have?
Yeah, I think so. I think my brother.
No way.
But
Oh.
it's like a drug induced possession.
Yeah, and it lets something in.
So it was like bath
Whoa.
salts induced. It had to be
Dang.
something that really took you there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then that combined with also, I think that man, don't
Or the
crucify me
multidimensional
for
thing
saying
you're
this,
talking
but like
about.
mental illness on top of drug use.
All right, let's check these cameras.
I
Fee
think
break.
I think it opens up like some crazy.
Wait, finish your thought. We got a couple more seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Finish your
I just think that if you're say, and I'm only speaking from the experience of watching and coexisting with my brother.
Yeah.
But if you're schizophrenic on top of like a drug use that gets to an extended period and you become manic,
Yeah.
then there's definitely like a hijack of the brain, and it's like, well, where does it come from? And then you see the way they behave,
Mm.
and like specifically bath salts behavior was just like, it was like demonic. There's no other word for it. It was guttural, and it was non-human. Like it shuts the human part off, and it does.
That's
People
insane.
compare them to zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like that, and there was times where like, oh man, it was crazy. Not to be putting his business out there, you know.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do anything about it.
No, he's blowing over in his urn right now.
Yeah. He might haunt you.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
I'm sure you want to see him, so that's not bad.
I don't feel like I've been like actively haunted in a while, but I do feel like I was for like 8 years.
8 years
Yeah.
by him.
No.
Do you
Where
know
were
who
you-
it was?
I think no. I don't. I think it was. This is crazy, but I think it was put on me by somebody else.
Oh, a hex. Almost.
Oh,
Something like
wow.
that. Yeah.
There's a voodoo
I
doll.
stayed in Baton Rouge for a while, and I think it started down there.
Dude, there's weird stuff down there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of history, but it's the same amount of history as everywhere else. But for some reason, there's more history down there.
It like derailed my life for like 10 years.
Damn.
There was
dude.
also a giant event that happened first. Like
Like a
I
real
lost
giant?
my grandma,
Oh.
and I think that opened up a torment in me
Yeah.
that persisted for a while and let out all that energy.
Mm.
And then I compounded it with shit I shouldn't have. And then I just remember in Baton Rouge started like this string
What
of
is that?
deaths.
It's in
Baton Rouge,
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Oh, but it's
I was
just-
working
it's a
down
weird
there.
Place.
No, it's like I don't know its correlation to it. I'm
Uh-huh.
not saying it
There's
was
like-
witchcraft or anything.
Yeah, there's like a voodoo
but it's
element
like
there.
But I feel like that's where it took hold.
Siri's listening, bro.
Oh my god,
It's like I saw it. It was like
that's terrifying.
typing out everything.
That's the government, bro.
Yeah.
It's coming back. Your
Oh,
hex.
no.
You're being.
Yeah, but I also felt it lift.
Ooh, what did that feel like? Yeah, so my grandfather's first wife, my Momo was his second wife.
What's your momo? The grandma?
grandma?
Okay.
yeah. She and actually, quick tangent. When Momo died, I made a great joke. I said, "Momo no mo."
Oh
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was that your
At
eulogy?
the funeral. At the funeral. No,
Nice.
it was like a whisper joke. You
Yeah.
know, like I don't
They
think people-
killed
Did
in
your
the
grandma
pew.
come out of the
Yeah.
grave and laugh?
She would have laughed. She
Yeah.
would have liked it. She was my biggest fan.
Nice.
But so my grandfather's first wife goes to a psychic, and she said that your husband's gonna die, like young, and but you'll like remarry, and that literally happened. Like my grandfather died when he was like I think early 40s.
Yeah.
And she ended up remarrying, and so that was kind of weird. Or maybe she like was like, okay, this is what has to happen.
And she rat poisoned him.
Yeah. I mean, it was a brain tumor, so I don't know how you do that, but
Yeah.
so there's weird stuff like that, and like I do want to do a bit where I go on a first date with a girl to a psychic to see if it's gonna work out.
Oh, I kind of did that.
Oh yeah.
Well, my recent relationship, the lady was talking to me about maybe this is just the power of influence. She was talking to me about she kept seeing this brunette pop up, and then sure enough, I had an amazing relationship with a brunette.
But that was just you actually
Recently.
went psychic, or that was just
Yeah,
a joke
but it
you
wasn't.
wrote?
No.
That's
It was
psychic.
talking to the same
Yeah.
lady.
Oh wow.
The same lady that took off your hex.
Yeah. When I don't know if she fully I don't know if she fully like she didn't do anything like to pull it off.
Invasive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like I didn't go
So it
to
was
her and
just a
say I'd
conversation.
never brought it up to her.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see her after I felt like it started to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I don't think it was allowed to follow me in, because when I left
Mm-hmm.
her little sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
like the vibes were different.
So you gave it to somebody else then?
No, I think it just I think it lost all attachment to me in that.
But you can't
Space.
destroy energy, supposedly.
No, it probably went back to the ether or wherever it came from.
Mm.
But I do think that, yeah, you can compound problems in your life if you're living in that dark hole. So some people, it might just be depression. Some people, it might be drug addiction or abuse. And some people, it might be withdrawing from everybody into just like, you have no sources of, you start to lose like a support system.
Mm-hmm.
Just by like staying in by yourself and not picking up the phone and not,
Yeah. So my uncle, he's like our age, but you actually met him, and you actually came over one time.
I remember.
And him and I were tripping acid, but we were tripping acid to try to get him to stop doing heroin.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work.
No.
But he is.
I showed up
Then you
and I
just
was
started
like,
doing
you brought
acid
me
and heroin together.
You brought me over like it was like a AA meeting.
Yeah.
And I was like
Wow.
gonna be this guy's sponsor or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You knew this? You were aware? You did
No,
not?
no,
Or
I-
No,
did you
I
just-
came
entrapped
in
him,
and they were
entrapped
tripping
him,
acid, and then I'm
entrapped him.
like, oh, this dude is on drugs.
Yeah.
Was he
yeah.
And
on
then-
heroin as you tripped acid?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Damn.
I'm naive though. Like I don't know.
Yeah. So, and I recognize it through my brother. Like
Yeah.
it was one of
you
my
knew
brother's drugs of
instantly.
choices, so I can like tell.
Yeah.
And there's like multiple signs. It's not like I just made one assumption. It was
For
a
sure.
checklist.
For
Oh,
sure.
really?
I was
You
like,
never
oh,
told me
shit.
about this checklist.
Nah, it's
It's
just
a checklist.
it's you can see it in people. You can kind of
Yeah.
tell what their vice is
Yeah.
by their
Mm.
behavior.
What drugs do I do?
None.
You're an upper.
An upper?
No, I think that
If you were,
I don't
to do
think you
drugs,
smoke.
You don't strike me.
I think you could be prescribed. You look like one of the fellas that's prescribed Adderall, but I don't think you are. I honestly don't think you're on anything but vitamins, to be honest. That's what I think you're.
I'm gonna send this to my mom, and she's gonna love that.
Really?
Yeah.
She's
Well,
like
what-
all about the vitamins. She would be like, "That's my son."
You're like,
Make sure
not
this
a lot
keeps
of
going.
sun. I better take vitamin D.
I take
That's what.
vitamin
Am I right? Maybe the occasional
No.
alcohol,
No, I've done multiple drugs. I
but
get-
it's nothing consecutive.
I don't know. I smoke weed. My weed relationship is probably the most like frequent out of the drugs.
Okay, but that's
it's
even
like-
once a month, if that.
No. It's probably it varies. Sometimes it
Yeah.
is like once a month, but then sometimes I'll go through a phase where it's like 3 times a week for a month. Or
3
something like
times a
that.
week.
But then it
Lock this guy up.
fluctuates. And then I've done shrooms a lot. I've done shrooms like a lot. Not as much as weed, obviously, but that's probably the second drug that I've done the most. I actually was going to bring up when you guys were talking about like the movie thing and you're like, I can't do scary movies. Like, and then you're talking about, do you feel like it like attaches this like bad vibe to you? After the first time, I took like probably like 2.5 shrooms in Lake Powell with my friends. That was the first time I did it. And I'm also pretty like sensitive to drugs. But the first time I did it.
2.5 grams?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first time I ever did shrooms, I feel like after, I used to be super sensitive to horror films. Like super, like I could not watch them. After that, they don't even faze me. Of course, I'll like get jump scared sometimes or something. But then after, it has to... This is sick. It's like we're talking with a low...
It's like we're in the...
We got a jazz band playing as we're
talking. We're in the basement of a jazz club here in Denver.
Yeah, the vibes are immaculate.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, so I felt like it didn't affect me after that, and then I wasn't like scared of horror films anymore.
Interesting.
Really
what do you think you detached?
When I'm through my experience?
Yeah.
A
sense of reality connection to it.
That's a really interesting question because I haven't really specifically thought about that. But I think it changed a lot. Like if I had to choose 3 monumental moments of my life that like changed me, I would say the first time I did shrooms was definitely one of them.
Dude,
nice.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the first time I did it, but there was certainly a time in there where it unlocked
something.
And I felt like I realized my whole like revelation was to like be as present in the moment as possible. Because I kept like having this I kept feeling like it had fast forwarded me and I was old looking back on these times. I was able to look at it like I was like 60 years in the future.
Yeah.
Like looking through a looking glass. And I was like, wow. And then I was able to come back to the moment and be like, wow, feel it in the moment. And then
I had a similar experience actually. It wasn't that I was back, but it replayed like the month for me as if it was memories, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And then I was like, and then I had this realization. I was like, holy shit.
Like
life
we're
goes
making
by
these memories.
and we're going to making these memories. Life goes by so fast.
Yeah.
And then, so it was like somewhat similar and it flashed it. It was like it was like,
yes, it's super.
Cool. And then it opened something I don't even remember. Like it opened, I remember it opened something and something happened, I remember, but I can't contemplate or explain what happened or even remember what happened. I just remember there was a moment where I almost I don't know how to describe it, blacked out in a...
You're out of body. You almost out of body.
Yeah. It was
the astral plane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had an experience. It wasn't necessarily my first time tripping, even though the first time tripping, it was also what you said, wow, this is amazing. I'm thinking in a completely different, positive, amazing way. But I in 2015, I was super depressed and I tripped shrooms, and I don't really remember the realization, but I just remember coming away from it thinking I finally love myself. It just showed my life from a bird's eye view. And I was able to see myself from a different perspective and look at all the things I love and all the things I need to work on and all of that. And ever since then, I haven't been back to that dark place.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I felt when that chick got lifted. I haven't been back to.
I thought you said chick. I'm like,
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just never got back to that dark place ever again. And it's my brain chemistry has changed. I don't even think. In a way. Also, a lot of that was released when my brother died, which is strange. So there was a sort of obstacle / paranoia that I felt was removed through my brother. But there was definitely a dark, consuming feeling that I felt was also released. I feel like they kind of came from different places.
Was your brother, when you said something was following you for 8 years or whatever, was that during your brother's death, after?
No, he was alive.
He was alive when this was happening. And then when did your brother die? After the 8 years? After that?
I actually
Felt like it was
I
really-
lost the dark I'm not gonna say entity because it's like
Yeah,
nothing ever
energy or whatever.
nothing ever visualized.
Yeah.
But I felt like I lost the being dragged down like that.
Yeah.
I got better before my brother died, and it was very right on time because
Okay.
I was able to cope and handle my brother passing much better than I would have.
Like you might have relapsed
Yeah.
if it was sooner.
Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. I don't.
It would have
know.
been dark,
Yeah.
I just didn't. I didn't want to go back to that dark place because it's that like you just get in your own way where you're like, I really can't accomplish nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that was gone, literally, it's been like 3 years where I haven't been in my own way, and then I'm constantly dumbfounded about how much I'm like accomplishing.
Dude,
I'm
you're
like just
killing it.
skyrocketing.
Yeah.
And it's a slow thing, but it's so
Linear.
Yeah.
it's definitely going like
And
up.
you see
and
the
it's
difference.
yeah, and I'm just like I
Whoa.
keep putting in work. I'll like visualize something, whether I put it on like a vision board, I look at what I want to see and accomplish, and then start to do that.
That's good. Yeah, I don't really do the vision board stuff. Maybe I should because I feel like I haven't accomplished much in the last 4 years. But like at the same time though, like I have accomplished like a fair amount that I am proud of. But we also all have like high expectations for ourselves and like
For sure.
and sometimes things take time. But
Do you feel now that both of you are like right on time?
For this? What do you mean?
No, just like
where you're supposed
where
to
you're
be.
at in life, where you're like
do you feel like you're aligned with your life? Is that
yeah,
what you're
or just
asking?
like right on time. Like you're like, oh cool, I know just as much as I'm supposed to know right now.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm learning what I'm supposed to learn, and I'm putting effort into what I should be.
Yes and no. Like I think I could be doing more, but I also think I'm doing a lot. So but I do feel aligned though.
Yeah.
Like I feel good.
I feel like yes, and I was gonna add when you were talking, like you don't know what those experiences or like even you going through, what your brother and all those past things that were really dark. You don't know what those are gonna like contribute to the future, just kind of cliche and shit like that. But for me, feeling aligned, I do feel like it's so weird because I always think about this, the grind mentality, and like there's all that out there about like you should be doing this, like you should love something so much and be working at it so hard, and I also think that when you love something, it's not, love is like so complex too. So like if you love comedy or you love making films or you love doing podcasts or whatever it is, or you love being a garbage man, whatever that is, there's still like hard, complicated, happy, like it's all those emotions, like that, what love is and stuff like that. But I don't know, I think about that a lot, about like I'm if I ask myself like I'm happy, I feel like I'm happy.
Good.
But then when I get in my head or watch something or something or see someone super successful or something, and then I start thinking about it and getting deeper, and I'm like, man, I should be doing more, I should be like making more films, or I should be picking up another craft, like doing stand-up again, or doing something, or I don't know, it's wild, it's crazy.
I mean, I think like, but that's true for everybody, even the super successful people. I think everybody should be doing more, but at the same time, you got to respect your mental health, and like if you feel like chilling, fucking chill, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but like I think discipline goes a long way, and like if you feel like you should be doing more, then like carve out that time, or like come up with a schedule, or whatever that looks like, and lately I've been feeling like I don't have a creative outlet, and that's why I hit up Dan. I'm like, dude, let's get this podcast going, because I need something where like I can like prepare for, like
I'm the same way,
kind of like
always have to be working towards something creatively, or just doing something creatively.
Totally. And like I'm like at a weird place where like I also like I want to make it in comedy, but I also know myself, and I was talking to Dan about this actually, where like I don't want to be a starving artist. Like I want to be making
Money.
like I want to be secure, and then
Yeah.
I can really go all in on comedy.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And like not everybody's like that either. Like
Yeah.
because I lived in LA for a while, and like there's so many starving artists that like enjoyed it.
How
They
long did you live
enjoyed the
there
grind.
for?
Like 7 years.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
It's like
I thought you were
basically
gonna
right
say,
out of
like,
high
2
school.
years or something. I was-
Yeah. So I went to college out there, and then
Okay.
I worked in the music industry for like 3 more years out there.
Oh, interesting.
And which was amazing because like but it was also hard to constantly see these like up and coming artists where, you know, music and comedy are kind of like hand in hand, where it's like I know I could do this. Like I know
Yeah.
I could be like, I wish they had like labels for comedians, because like that, like I know I should be there too, but I'm
what
also
labels are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh, labels as not labels as in titles, but labels like music labels.
Yeah,
Got it.
because I worked for a label, and so we
Yeah.
bring in artists, and dude, there's so many examples where I saw an artist start at 0,
Uh-huh.
and now they're like, one artist that I worked with, he's now like, he was just touring with 21 Pilots, like
Plants.
killing it.
That sounds like an industry plant.
He might have, dude, he might have done some weird stuff.
He
to get
came in
there,
at
though.
0, like what? Like never performed before? Doesn't write his own
yeah.
stuff?
No. Like he had written one
Oh,
song.
all right. They just saw potential like that?
I could
That's
play
quite the investment.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
I also like one of my coworkers was managing him, so that's kind of how he kind of got on the
It's
label.
who you
too.
know. This business is who you know.
It is, dude. It really
It's
is.
such a networking thing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm cool with the starving artist thing. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not looking at it as a starving artist. I want to be in the best situation I could be in at the moment, but I'm looking to like dedicate a decade
Yeah.
and then reassess.
dude. And
So
I
where
think
I'm like 10 years, if the first 9 are slow, if the first 10 are slow, we're just gonna see what we can accomplish in 10 years dedicated to this.
And I think that's beautiful, dude, because you truly do embrace it, and
Yeah.
like you're grinding, you're hustling, you're doing multiple mics a week, like if not
Yeah.
days, like you're
I'm trying to check all the boxes.
you're built for it, and I'm just like I'm not built for that.
Well, what's crazy too is dude, I so just want to be lazy. It's crazy. I want to get up and play video games and then watch something funny on my second monitor while I like plot to take over or work on my comedy or like I just I don't know. I my enemy in procrastination terms is like my laziness. So like that'll cause me not to want to go out to the mics or skip a mic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just that's my biggest setback. But it's also like my inspiration. Like I want to be like I want to get real good at comedy to the level where my schedule becomes my own. You know, like the rest of my day, I can kind of do like that. I've already adjusted to like the schedule of a comedian,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. Like whether it's through the weekend or like I know the schedules we're working. You know, for me, it's a little bit longer than a comedian's hours, because they're not really having to show up until about 30 minutes before showtime. But I'm like getting a building set up and a room set up for their show, so the hours are only going to get better for me. I like the 3 a.m., get home, stay up till 4, sleep till 11,
Yeah.
12, get up and start it over. And that's not suitable for a lot of people.
It's funny you say that. I'm basically doing that right now without doing comedy, so
Right.
I guess I'm ready for it.
Yes, it's almost like working night shift.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy for?
Dude, it's hard
like
for me
on
to
and off.
say that because
Yeah.
it's been very on and off. Like
Yeah.
I hit a bunch of open mics when I was in LA, but then I
Uh-huh.
would take a year off.
Yeah,
you know,
of
like and then I
course.
would hit it hard and then take a year off. So, but I write like almost every day. Like
Mm.
I
Well, that's
There
half
might
the battle.
be something else that will You know,
Who knows?
I
Yeah.
swear,
Exactly.
if I stay in
There's
but I
other
write
creative
something,
outputs with
I
that.
don't feel like it's a waste at all.
Yeah. And like, it, actually, this is a good question. I want to ask you: how do you go about getting inspiration for new material?
Mine is to be honest, it's just it comes to me mostly when I'm driving.
This is so funny with the
Yeah.
sax and the.
Oh.
It's like a movie, bro. Your cat in the sax. You're like, it comes to me
Yeah.
when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Get more inspirational. Get more.
Yeah.
Like a guru right now.
Yeah.
I feel like an evil villain. You know what I mean? Like I do plot to take over the world.
You're an evil villain, but you love your cat a little more than most evil villains.
No, villains love their kitties, dude.
Like, does Dr. Evil have a cat?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Skinless one or skinless one,
God.
the hairless
Oh
one.
yeah, that's when they added the evil to his name.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's my inspiration comes from listening sometimes, and this isn't good, but sometimes I'll hear a premise at an open mic that I feel like I could. That I'm like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna try to write it better. You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's somebody's like working on it, and I do. A lot of my stuff comes like other people aren't writing about it. I try to pull from my life more than I'm pulling from random silliness.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been trying to add some random silliness, and I have been very consistently adding to my notebook. And I realize for me, it's better if I have a smaller notebook about the size of a postcard, and I could fill a page up with one idea, and then the next page I try to like shorten it down to a joke or at least the setup and the punch. And like I'm starting to finally come up with a system. I haven't had a system this whole time. Half the time I'm up there trying to wing it off what jokes I remember or are the ones that I'm going to tell. Some of the times I'm trying to be prepared. And it's the consistency of like my writing process is not there yet. So I can't even really answer that.
Yeah. So one thing that I've noticed for myself is when I get inspiration, I gotta like work for it. Whether it's like working out, whether it's like sauning, whether it's like doing something that's like hard, that's physically exerting, and then like I just get
You
like
get
it's like this
rewarded with
flood of
ideas.
endorphins. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, that's it. It never ceases to amaze me. Like that's kind of how it works for me. And it's not like 100% guaranteed like I'm going to get a funny idea if I hit the gym. But
yeah.
and like I haven't been hitting the gym lately because I've just been like busy with shit. But like
We could tell.
yeah, I know.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm wearing the bulky hoodie to make you
That's why he had the adapter in his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's like it's almost random, but I feel like for me like setting wise, it's driving in the shower.
Okay.
Mm.
The shower's another one. Driving, just it's your brain's on autopilot. It might be easier to focus on other stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about just writing jokes for someone? Because you said you write a lot.
Yeah.
But because like that's
helps
so
me.
huge too.
Yeah.
Like if you find someone, then you can go watch them too and be like, and then give them
Yeah.
two brains is always better than one. I know that Adam
Totally.
Sandler and his roommate in college, I know that they did that. I don't know what the roommate's name is, but then he helped with all of those movies and stuff. But
I'm literally open to anything.
yeah.
But I do like getting in front of a stage.
Oh, okay.
I really like it. Really does excite me.
Well, there's like a growing process that can only happen on stage
Yeah.
with a microphone. Whether you're prepared or not prepared, there's like a slow growth that happens after you. It's like a very slow level up, 3 minutes at a time, and it's like
Your
I've
XP
noticed
bar.
I've noticed
Mhm.
growth to where like I'm thinking about different things when I get on the stage now.
That's cool.
So it's not a worry. I'm not. I've lost my worry
Yeah.
unless I'm on a paid show. Then all of a sudden I'm
The
like
stakes are
freaking
high.
out. But
Yeah.
That's
but
just
like
the
at
next. That's just the next hurdle, though. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
get past that.
And then it's gonna be stadium.
Yeah.
Stadium. Well,
Yeah.
if the gods are willing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'm also not trying to get like world domination. I know I've said I was gonna take it over like 3 times already, but no, I want to dominate my own environment
For sure. There's
at will.
layer of, the stadium, open mic, and there's places.
Red Rocks
between.
is gonna happen, so you were right.
Yeah.
It's not quite a stadium, but
That'd be sick.
amphitheater. And I've already decided that
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I do have a question for both of you because you both done stand up. When I was doing stand up,
Yeah.
and there was like a month where I was going to open mics consistently, and then I did that showcase that I showed you.
Yep.
I did 2 showcases,
Nice.
and
nice.
I didn't know you did comedy. That's really cool.
Yeah.
it was I haven't done it in a
He did it like
year It was probably
while
a
he
year
was
ago.
going to school.
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Yep.
impressive.
I was doing it while I was going to school, and it usually I'm like what you were saying. I just when I get when I'm not doing something, I have to be doing something. Like right now, I'm
Yeah.
working. We're filming. I wrote this short film called Emotional Toaster, and we're filming it in June. So I'm like putting all my energy towards that right now.
Yeah.
And then I was doing these little animations about this little alien on Instagram, and I made like 2 of those. So I've been just trying different things, and I love like trying things like this because it just different things feel different, and some things feel better than other things, of course. But what I was gonna say is, when I was doing it, I was like, because especially when you start out, and then I like the system of like you have to earn your stripes, and then you start to get to go first, and
Yeah.
sooner in the mics, and like that's a cool system. But when I was starting out, I was like talking to my parents, and I was just like, it's crazy. Like I don't want to be in a bar setting like for this long
Yeah.
and wait this long for
I don't
3
like it either.
minutes. And I was like, there has to be a better solution to getting more time faster.
Yeah.
And not that the way that it is wrong or anything, and it works for people, but have you guys, both of you, since you've done stand up, and I'll tell you what I've thought